What is up, family? Thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel where we're going to turn you from zero to hero, baby. Full disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm here to teach a skill that I have mastered over the last 7 years that, if applied correctly, can change your life and get you to that financial freedom, family. If that sounds like a plan, smash that like, drop a comment if you're gaining value from the videos, and making money with our plays that we call out daily. Let's dive right in, family. Let's dive right in. First banger on the list today was none other than Tesla, baby. None other than Tesla. All right, Tesla came down this morning, broke through, hit the support of 411, 412, winded up bouncing up. Buyer stepped in immediately, pushed us all the way up to 426, family. We winded up closing the day at 425. I got in about 415. I wanted to wait for support to hold, which was 411. It held nicely. I waited for a nice pushback and winded up getting in at 415 and then exited at about 422, 423. This is what I made on the day. Nothing crazy, but made a little 150 on the day. Something slight, but this is how you got to do it, family. In and out on your plays. Master the levels. Trade the levels that we have in front of you, and you will gain success. I promise you. So, Tesla tomorrow. My voice is a little scratchy. Sorry about that. But let's get right into it, man. Tesla tomorrow. Tesla's going to rip, guys. I always say don't have a bias in the market, but Tesla is just looking like an absolute beast right now. It got above 423, 424, winded up pushing up to 426, 427 on the day. I would like to see a retest of that previous support or that previous resistance line that is now becoming support, because it broke it, held it. I would like to see it retest 423 tomorrow. If it retests 423 and holds it, I'm going long, guys. I'm buying calls, and this thing is probably going to hit 440. And then above 440, we got, you know what? Let's be a little conservative. I'm going to say 435 to 440. 435 to 440. This is a no liquidity zone, so this move is going to happen quick, guys. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it happens in the pre-market, because Tesla is usually a runner like that. It'll run in the pre-market up freaking, $20, $30 in the pre-market. So just be looking out for that. If it happens to hit 440 in the pre-market, then we react to 440. If 440 can't hold, then boom, we could buy puts, ride it right back down to ultimately 328, 327-ish. 428, 427-ish. And then if Tesla winds up breaking below 423, we can ride puts, ride it right back down to 412. What Tesla printed today, nonetheless, if you made money with our plays that we called in the huddle last night, major salute, family. For real, I love you guys. Keep killing it, man. Keep getting in and getting out. Keep being strategic and stick to your plan, baby. Stick to your plan and you will have success. All right, Meta came out the gate today and kind of flushed right down to our first price target of 766 to the downside. Winded up pushing right there and then bounced. Winded up getting back over 772, 773, and is now sitting at, closed the day at 775. So if if Meta tomorrow can get above and hold 775, 776, I'm saying this thing is going to go right back into 780, man. Right back into 780. Meta looks like a beast. It looks like it wants to break out. Looks like it wants to do something. All of the Mag 7 names right now are primed up. They're primed up to have a nice move. I'm gonna go through them in a second. Bear with me. But yeah, man, above 775, 776, I see Meta pushing to 780, ultimately 785, and then 790. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Either way, 775 to 780 is a nice move. 785, it's gonna happen quick. Very illiquid zone. If it winds up breaking below 775, 773, below 773, same play as today, 766. So those are our levels for Meta. Let's get busy with Meta. I'm going to put Netflix on your guys' radar, man. If you got some money to play with, Netflix is a mover. Netflix will dominate. Netflix will make you a lot of money, man, if you allow it to and play it correctly. Netflix above, currently sitting at 12.23 at the time of this video. If it winds up getting back above 12.30, if it winds up getting back above 12.30, this thing could push to 12.40 with ease, and then ultimately 12.50. Below, let me see here. Below 12.20, I'd say it's going to get a retest of 12.10. React to what it does at 12.10. You can either buy puts, buy calls, buy puts under 210, right to 200, or buy puts right under 12.10, ride it right to 1200. And then above 12.34, 12.40, and then ultimately 12.50. Get busy with Netflix. Netflix is a beast. Apple, you couldn't really do much with Apple today. It just kind of ranged all day, didn't really do much. I would like to see Apple, if Apple can hold 238, I say it's going to get a nice push to 240, ultimately 242, and then 245. If it starts to break below 238, I think it's going to flush right back down to 235, and then ultimately 234.50, somewhere around there. Don't overcomplicate it. Apple's kind of sitting in a range. You know how I feel about ranges, guys. We don't trade them unless they hit our price targets, and we react to the price targets. So that's Apple. Let me go in to Microsoft. Microsoft got below 510 today. It's the same play, guys. Got below 510, pushed down to 505. Buyer stepped in, pushed us right back up to 510, 509, and closed the day at 509. If Microsoft can get above and hold 510, easy long into 513, ultimately 515, back into 517. So be careful with that one. Play the levels. Again, below 509, it's going to retest 505. Notice how these stocks are just ping-ponging back and forth between each other, guys. This is how we make our money. Obviously, we make more money on the breakouts, because it's a more violent move to either the upside or the downside, whatever. But playing the ranges, if a stock is range bound, can make can make you money consistently every single day, because that's what they do. They just bounce back and forth between ranges. So if you can react to the levels that are in front of us and the levels that get hit every day, then boom, you know exactly what to do because you have our levels, So keep that in mind. AVGO was a printer to the downside. Go watch my video from last night. I said if AVGO could not hold 360, I was kind of looking more for the upside on this one, but we didn't wind up getting it. This was an easy short, guys. This would have printed on the day if you played AVGO to the downside. Winded up breaking below 360, and I said under 360 it's coming right to 350. and then under 350 it's got a gap fill to 339. We didn't quite get that gap fill closed yet to 339, but it did come down to 342 on the day, guys. That is about a 17-18 point move. I mean, that was a monster short right there. That was a monster opportunity. Don't worry if you didn't catch it. It's all good. There will be more opportunities like that, I promise. And I'm really expecting kind of like the same move on Meta and on Tesla tomorrow. Like, I really think that Tesla and Meta are a top watch for tomorrow. Keep those two front in line on your watch list, because those have some big opportunities that are about to play out. But yeah, AVGO fell from 360, didn't even look back, came all the way down to 351. Started gaining a little bit of support there, but ultimately broke through support to the downside, came to 342 from 350. Nasty play. You could have made a bag right there if you played that. Palantir, man. Palantir couldn't hold 170. So what did I say? I said if Palantir couldn't hold 170, it was coming back to retest 167 and then ultimately 164. 164 is a key level for Palantir, guys. If Palantir, and I mean, you've seen it today. It came down, flashed down this morning to 163.90, pushed us back up above that level, pushed up to 165, and kind of just chopped around this support line all day. But once buyers stepped in, and pushed us from 164 all the way back up to 169. So, I mean, that was a solid entry to ride this thing up. That was a beautiful $5-6 move right there. Pretty much happened within an hour. It was an awesome move. If Palantir can get it back above 170, I mean, this thing is a beast, man. This thing is a beast. It's going to hit 164 or 174 and then ultimately 178. Above 178, this thing's going back to 180, 181. So Palantir, keep this one on your watch list as well. There's a lot of opportunity here. If it winds up breaking and getting above and holding 170, easy long, right into 174, ultimately 178. Don't overcomplicate it. Very simple. If it winds up breaking below 164, which I don't see it happening at this point, it had the opportunity to hold below today. Sellers had opportunity to push it down even further than where it was at. Winded up hitting 161 on the day, but ultimately bounced back to 169 and closed the day here at 168. So this thing is looking solid. Above 170, it's a hammer long. If it starts to break below 167 again, easy short right back into 164, ultimately back into 162. But if you see 164 hold, you buy 164. You buy calls at 164 if you see this thing hold, and you push it right back up to 170, get in, get out. Very simple. Don't overcomplicate it. What else I got on the day? All right, well, I was wrong on Coinbase. If you watched my video last night, I was talking all that mess about how is nobody talking about Coinbase. Coinbase has now confirmed and held below that 324 level I was talking about. So this play is done. No more Coinbase. This thing is done. Looks gross. Not touching it. Staying far away from it. Another one I want to keep on your watch list, guys, is CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike winded up pushing through 442, winded up hitting 448 on the day. I would like to see CrowdStrike come back and retest 442. If it comes back, retest 442, we react to what it does at that level. Under 442, easy short right down to 435. Above 442, if it comes back, gains some support there, holds it, winds up, you know, breaking above it again. Boom, easy long back in 447, ultimately going up to 450. But the bigger opportunity plays out with CrowdStrike here if it can ever get above 450, 452. If it can get above this, we're cooking, guys. Well, you know, I'll tap in more about that when that happens. Another one that looks good here on the day is Amazon. All right, Amazon came down to 229 support today, winded up holding support, pushing us back up to 231. I would like to see Amazon get above and hold 232.50. If it can get above and hold 232.50, I'm saying it's going to go right back to 235, ultimately back up to all-time highs, 238, 240. Don't overcomplicate it. That is only if it gets above 232.50 and holds. If it goes up to 232.50 tomorrow, hits it, gets rejected, it's coming right back down to 230, ultimately 229. Very simple trade there. So that's all I got for you guys, man. Keep Tesla and Meta at the forefront of your watch list tomorrow. These are must watches. All right. Tesla and Meta are primed up right now. They're about to rip like crazy. So keep these ones front and center on your watch list and play the levels that we talked about, man. Very simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Be patient. Wait to see the reaction of the levels once they're hit. Once they're hit, you know, if Tesla goes up, if Tesla is in the pre-market tomorrow at 440, right, and you see that it's having hesitation getting over 440, be patient. Wait about 10-15 minutes, right? Let the candle tell you what it's going to do next, right? So if it goes up to 440 in the pre-market tomorrow, let's just say, for an example, if it goes up to 440, is having trouble getting over 440. What are we doing, guys? We're grabbing puts at 440 because it's hesitating to get over. It's starting to reject. It's getting rejected. It's coming back down. Boom. You enter puts. You ride it right back to 427, ultimately 424. Right? Don't overcomplicate it. If you see it at 422 tomorrow, 423, and it retests this previous support line, previous resistance, which is now support. If you see it hold and get above, or you see it hold 422, 423, boom, that is your opportunity to jump in on a call and ride this thing right up to 435, ultimately 440. All right? Don't overcomplicate it. This Tesla can go a lot higher than 440, but this is our conservative targets for tomorrow. All right. If you see anything else change, you know, just be smart, be strategic, have a plan, stick to your plan. You know, it's very crucial, guys. This game is crazy, man. So keep those on your watch list. Those are our levels for tomorrow, guys. Let's get busy on tomorrow. I love you guys. Be safe, be smart, manage your risk, manage your money. Let's get in tomorrow. Let's dominate. Let's crush the market tomorrow. I love you guys. We out.